Indian student, 3 others sue Trump administration over possible deportation from USIS. Deportation. An Indian student and 3 others at Michigan public universities have filed against Donald Trump administration over possible deportation from the United States after their student immigration status was terminated unlawfully. The lawsuit comes as the Trump administration's immigration crackdown strikes higher education, prompting a slew of lawsuits against White House officials. India's Chinmay Deora, who studies at Wayne State University, China's Shangyun Buletin and Kaiyu Yang, and Yogesh Joshi from Nepal, have filed the lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security (DHS) and immigration officials. News agency PTI reported. The students claimed that their student immigration status in the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System (SEVIS) was illegally terminated without sufficient notice and explanation. SEVIS is a database that tracks information about non-immigrant students and exchange visitors in the United States. The American Civil Liberties Union (ACLU) of Michigan, which is representing the students, said they filed a federal lawsuit along with a request for an emergency injunction on behalf of the students who had their F1 student immigration status unlawfully and abruptly terminated by the Trump administration for no valid reason and without notice. Asking the court to reinstate their legal status, the students said neither were they charged with any crime, nor did they violate any immigration law. The students said they were also not active in on-campus protests regarding any political issue. None of them has been charged with, let alone convicted of, any crime in the U.S. None has violated any immigration law, nor have they been active in on-campus protests regarding any political issue. The lawsuit asks the court to reinstate the status of these students so that they will be able to complete their studies and avoid facing the risk of detention and deportation, the complaint said. At most, what seems to connect students targeted by this newfound and unlawful policy is that the students had some encounter with some American law enforcement official at some point in the past, no matter how innocuous, including receiving a speeding or parking ticket or even a warning or lawfully withdrawing an application to enter the United States, it added. Ramus Wadud, staff attorney at the ACLU of Michigan, said that status terminations not only disrupt the lives of the students being targeted, but also deter future international scholars from choosing Michigan and the U.S. as their academic destination. These cruel and illegal government actions have real-life consequences. Status terminations don't just disrupt the lives of the students being targeted, the government's actions will inevitably deter future international scholars from choosing Michigan and the U.S. as their academic destination. This will further undermine the reputation of our universities as leaders in research, innovation, and campus diversity, all of which are currently in jeopardy, he said, as quoted by the news agency. Similar lawsuits have been filed across the country in states like New Hampshire, Indiana, and California. Swipe left for next video. And the development comes days after a U.S. judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting a 21-year-old Indian undergraduate, Krishlal Sani, whose student visa was cancelled. With inputs from PTI latest blogs.